The Devil's Guardian. Can you imagine the stress in that moment? Thinking, do they know? Do they really know it's me? Am I dead? Are they about to kill me? Like, imagine all the things that would go through your head in that moment. Ah.
अरे साजिद, टैक्स कर रहा है तू? अरे हिंदुस्तानी मुखबिर है, पट्टे से मारेगा तो लौंडा गरम अपनी घोड़ी बंद दिखाता।
That's gruesome.
1971 के जंग के बाद।
Oh my god. There are men in this world that are capable of such cruelty. It's unimaginable. Oh. Can you imagine being in this place? Oh.
लेकिन आज का बिस्मिल्लाह इसके साथ बोल। कितने काफिर एजेंट्स आए तेरे साथ? कहाँ डिप्लॉयड है?
Oh, it's hurting me.
बता बता।
Oh.
प्यार नहीं समझते साले। बोल कहाँ डिप्लॉयड है? बोल।
Oh. These people are crazy. And it's terrifying to think that these people really exist in this world today. And that they want to kill other people. Not just in India, by the way, in many other countries. We've had terror attacks in France. There's been terror attack in Australia, where I lived. It's impossible to understand these people. Something is so deeply wrong within their brain. They're monsters, literal monsters.
क्या? रहमान को उठा लिया? अरे तू फिक्र मत कर बच्चे, तेरा जमील मामू बैठा है अभी, मैं करता हूँ कुछ।
जल्दी जल्दी कुछ करे।
अम्मा ये मिसबा कैच ड्रॉप कर देता है।
लड़के इकट्ठा करने पड़ेंगे।
घर चला हुआ इसी वक्त। उज़ैर, घर चल।
Oh, I'm still thinking of a torture scene. It's going to stay with me for days, I can tell you that, guys. This was really terrifying. Very well done to the entire production team. I cannot imagine having to do this and having to film it. Honestly, I'm glad that they showed this scene. I was already on the side of the police, on Aslam's side, but now even more. Same for Dhurandhar, same for Hamza.
कहाँ ले जा रहे रहमान भाई को? नहीं पता।
That would be probably the hardest part of doing an infiltration like this. Having to show them that you're one of them by being willing to beat other people up and kill them, including innocent people.
नहीं पता। मुझे नहीं पता।
Oh!
कौन?
God!
मुझे सिर्फ एक सीसीटीवी में सर के दूध में ना रखो।
Oh, mate, you're dead.
इतने पैसों में बिका तू अखलाक?
They're not going to let you live after that.
रहमान भाई की मुखबरी करेगा।
And I have a feeling that they're not going to just kill you quickly. It's going to be gruesome again.
Hamza.
यलीना, घर जाओ।
Yes, things are about to get crazy.
मुझे पहले रहमान का सर चाहिए, फिर लियारी चाहिए, किसी भी कीमत पर चाहिए। और रहमान को उसके घर से अकेले निकलवाने की जिम्मेवारी मेरी।
जमील साहब, मैं हमजा अली मजारी। 1 घंटे में रहमान भाई शेरशाह पुल पर मिलने चाहिए।
The rat being your daughter? How do you deal with that?
अब आपकी बेटी की जिंदगी भी मेरे हाथ में है।
साले का सर खोलने वाला था कि आपका फोन आ गया।
अरे अपना फोन चेक कर।
मुझे पहले रहमान का सर चाहिए, फिर लियारी चाहिए।
Well, when you're the chief of the police, why would you care about this?
आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही।
See, I told you he wasn't gonna care about it. Because his mission is more important than your career, mate. Or your daughter, for that matter.
कितना मुश्किल होता है किसी गाड़ी के बारे में पता लगाना।
हमजा एसपी नहीं मान रहा और अब वो मेरा फोन भी नहीं उठा रहा।
मुझे एसपी का पता चाहिए किसी भी हाल में।
लियारी टास्क फोर्स का ऑफिस का है।
Does he know?
मैं दोबारा नहीं पूछूंगा।
I hope the SP was smart enough not to let him know where they are.
अरे ओ बीबी कहाँ रहे हो? ये स्कूल बंद हो गया है, चले जाओ यहाँ से।
Ooh, a suicide bomber?
नहीं करना चाहिए था मेरे भाई को, खाने की गलती नहीं करनी चाहिए थी। जब तक वो भड़वा मेरे भाई को नहीं छोड़ता।
Again, can you imagine being infiltrated within a terrorist group and having to kill innocent people, to torture them, to beat them to death? That would probably be one of the hardest, if not the hardest part of the assignment.
एसपी चौधरी असलम, लियारी टास्क फोर्स से आग उठेगी और पूरा कराची खाक कर देगी। आपके 40 अफसरों की कब्र को कोई मिट्टी देने वाला तक नहीं मिलेगा। मुझे रहमान भाई शेरशाह पुल पर चाहिए, सही सलामत।
Now, if you're the SP, what do you do in that situation? If you agree to save your men, it's kind of a weakness, but at the same time, it's the morally it's the right thing to do. That said, he made a big mistake that letting the politician know where his HQ was. He should have moved it as soon as he could, just so that really nobody knew where it was, except for him and his men. Such a big tactical mistake.
इधर आओ।
See the lens flares everywhere? These are the marks of anamorphic lenses, of cinematic lenses. Very expensive, but they make such a beautiful image.
ये गलत फहमी मत पाल। यहाँ बारूद का ढेर बैठा है तुझ जैसों को राख करने के लिए।
The power move of blowing the smoke in his face. Well played, SP. Well played. Nah, he really earned their trust, which is exactly what he wanted.
उस दिन अपने लड़के बोलते फिर रहे थे यलीना जमाली, लंबी छलांग मारी है तूने, हैं? इश्क क्या आयाशी?
That's a good question.
लड़की को घर ले आया, बेचारा जमील, बेटी से तो गया, अब जल्दी इंशाल्लाह कुर्सी से भी जाएगा। एसपी और अरशद पप्पू का कुछ करना पड़ेगा।
Wow, the difference it makes to have a woman in the house. I can tell you, if I did have a woman here, my place would look quite very different. Because the set here may look good, but the rest of it is a little bit of a mess. Not a terrible mess, but a bit of a mess.
मैं वापस जाने नहीं आई हूँ।
Well, lucky you. I wish I had a girl like that.
इंशाल्लाह मेरे वीर, जन्नत ताड़े बिल्कुल करीब।
Ooh, is this the terror attack in Mumbai?
Not be mistaken, is being driven by the terrorists who attacked
I was working for a TV station back then. I remember covering this.
by terrorists who attacked the
I mean, I was working for a news station back then.
It could be the same two terrorists whose
So-
pictures we just showed you.
I was covering it. So I was covering it, but I mean, from Paris.
Shocked many.
So we had
He
the
was
images
carrying
coming
an
in and we
AK-47
were
in
just
his hand.
showing them
Look on his
live.
face really told. A young man in a t-shirt with a sling on his left arm.
Yep, you handed them the weapons that would lead to a terror attack in Mumbai.
मीडिया सबसे ज्यादा कवरेज उसको दे रहा है.
It was a breaking news, so we were live for hours and hours and hours. I remember that. Such a terrible moment. Not just in India's history, but in world history as well. These people really are monsters.
मिले तो बिल्कुल मत छोड़ना. सब काफिर हैं बहन. औरत, बच्चे, बूढ़े. सबको मारना है मेरे लिए.
Did his mom die from terrorists?
10-12 ग्रेनेड फेंको सालों पर.
Yes, even though it's not your fault, you'd still feel like you have blood on your hands. And now he has to say it. He has to pretend that he's one of them. Oh man, I could never do that. I could never infiltrate terrorists like this.
हिम्मत करने की मतलब घबराना नहीं है. इंशाल्लाह देखो ना गोली लग गए तो इंशाल्लाह कामयाबी है. अल्लाह जनता इंतजार कर रही है.
Whoa.
फर्स्ट एंट्री हमने कमांडो मार दिया.
गल सुनो इन्होंने तुसी ना हुने ही फारिग हो गए. हाँ कह रहे हैं उसको बताएं उसका मतलब ना मुंह रखें आगे को और सर की ना बैक साइड पे रखे ना इसके हमारे साथ.
This is terrifying.
ओके हाँ ये हुआ ना दोनों
I'm glad that they're showing us this. It really shows that this is not just a movie. This is something much more real, much more terrible than we can imagine.
इंतकाम की तासीर थोड़ी गर्म होती है हमला. पड़ोसी का घर जला तो लेगा मगर उसकी लपटें तेरे आंगन से ही गुजरेंगी. तेरा एक गलत कदम
Maybe,
तेरी गिरफ्तारी.
but you still need to do it.
इंतजार कर. ये खेल हम जीतने के लिए खेल रहे हैं.
Yes, and I hope you guys win. You have to. We can't let these terrorists win this. These fanatics. They're a threat to all of us. Countries of the world should really team up against these monsters. Good people of the world, I should say. Because I don't necessarily trust governments to do it.
घायल हूं. इसीलिए घातक हूं.
Beautiful quote. Beautiful quote. Very true.
कहाँ थे रात भर? कहाँ थे? शराब पिए? किसके साथ थी? कोई लड़की थी?
You need to start talking, mate.
कौन थी वो? किसके साथ थे? हम तक जवाब दो ना!
I'm not blaming her for thinking that, though. Anybody would. That's why he really needs to explain himself now. I mean, make up a lie, because obviously he can't tell the truth.
मुझे पूरे कराची का बादशाह बनना है. मेरे साथ चल सकती है तो जिंदगी भर सिर्फ तुम्हारा हक रहेगा मुझ पर. लेकिन इसके बाद तुम मुझसे कोई सवाल नहीं पूछोगी. अगर नहीं तो सामने दरवाजा खुला है.
That's another way to deal with it. Show a lot of strength. As crazy as it sounds, some women like it. Not all of them. She's going to close the door. No? Am I wrong? That said, at the very least, he should have said that he wasn't with a girl. Just to clarify. Ah, I knew she was going to close the door. She seems to be that kind of woman who answers to power and strength.
आज के बाद फिर कभी मुझे घर से निकल जाने की धमकी दी, मैं तुम्हें नींद में जिंदा जला दूंगी.
That's a good comeback, though. I like that for her. Show that you are also strong.
लयारी ने मुझे भी वोट करके जमील साहब की तरह यहाँ का एमएनए मुकर्रर किया था, ये ऐलान करते हुए कि अगले इलेक्शन में पीएपी की तरफ से मेरे छोटे भाई रहमान बलोच की पार्टी पीपल अमन कमेटी इत्तेहाद में लड़ेगी.
Once again, you can see how Hamza is dressed in a lighter color than the others. Always, always pay attention to this detail. And something tells me, maybe I'm wrong, we'll see in part 2 of the film, that when he's finally going to take his revenge, he might be dressed in darker colors. Now, what are you going to do, Jamil? How are you going to deal with that situation? Wow. If I was Jamil, I'd be pissed at the man who took my daughter against my will.
इस फैसले से रहमान बलोच, जिसे लियारी का मसीहा भी माना जाता है, वो अब सियासत में कदम रखने जा रहा है।
I understand your frustration, man.
पापा की जिंदगी तो बर्बाद होने वाली है। बड़े घपले किए हैं, सजा तो मिलेगी।
See how now they're trying to show us a more positive side. You know, earlier in the movie, the character's face was in blue and the background was in orange, so we'd feel uncomfortable. But now look, their face is warm, so that we feel good. We feel connected to the characters. That's such a nice touch. That's a beautiful use of color in the film. And the background here is blue, so the characters feel warmer in comparison. I love when a movie knows how to play like this with colors. I'm a sucker for this.
कल का आया लौंडा मुझे नसीहत देगा, हाँ? 19 की है वो, 30-32 का तो होगा।
That's not that big of a gap.
आपने हमेशा ऐसे लोगों को शेयर दी है जो कभी भी आपसे ज्यादा ताकतवर बनकर आपके हाथों से लियारी छीन सकते हैं। लियारी पर अपना दबदबा कायम रखना है, तो ये रहमान और अरशद की जगह ऐसे बंदे को खड़ा
Bet on yourself.
जो आपका अपना हो, जो आपका वफादार हो,
Him?
जो आपके रिश्ते में हो,
His daughter?
जो आपका सगा हो।
I mean, technically him too, because he could, if he marries his daughter, then suddenly he's family too. It's a nice touch how they used all the phones. Phones that are accurate to the time. Shows that they really worked on trying to make the film as accurate as possible, despite all the romanticized elements. So I'm guessing they're going to get married now, and Nay has the support of Jamil. Smart man. Wow, what a magnificent wedding. No expenses spared, like John Hammond would say. You know, I was wondering if they would manage to stick a little dance number at one point or another. I can see they did.
मेरी जान अब तो जरवारी साहब के खासम खास हो गए हैं 26-11
See another detail that this is anamorphic lenses. You see the lights behind, how they're in form of ovals. That's typical of an anamorphic lens as well. This is how you can recognize a cinema lens from a non-cinema lens. Not that you can't make great cinematic movies with non-cinema lenses. You absolutely can. It's just that anamorphic lenses have this style that immediately makes a movie looks more cinematic. Even your wedding, you wouldn't be able to relax. You'd still be trying to gather intel. This is a never-ending job. That takes nerves of steel.
वैसे ऐसा का ख्याल है कि कश्मीर के साथ-साथ पंजाब के तरीक को फिर से आग दिया जाए। इसलिए 15 अगस्त को अमृतसर में मुंबई जैसे कुछ मजेदार करने की फरमाइश है।
These guys talk about these things as if it was just like a random business meeting.
वक्त से पहले सामान पहुंच जाएगा।
As if it were just you know, hey, we're doing a little bit of business, you know, here's a little service, here's a little money, when really they're talking about killing people. Insane. Such a fanatic.
देख ले बराबर से देख ले।
9 अगस्त कैसा रहेगा? उस दिन कुछ नहीं है। शिरानी साहब से बात करके उस दिन असला उठा सकता है।
9 अगस्त की रात आपको सारा सामान मिल जाएगा।
बहुत बढ़िया।
Okay, what's going to happen on the 9th of August? Is he drunk?
ਜਿਹੜਾ ਜਾਵੇ ਛਾੜੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਮੇਣਾ ਏ ਜਹਾਨ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਜਾਵੇ ਛਾੜੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਮੇਣਾ ਨਾਲੇ ਲਹੂ ਤੂੰ ਸਰੀਰ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਚੱਟਿਆ ਨਾਲੇ ਲਹੂ ਤੂੰ ਸਰੀਰ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਚੱਟਿਆ
Final chapter. Et tu, Brutus. You too, Brutus. What a shot. What a place. What a landscape. Magnificent.
ਵਾਲੇ ਪਾਸੇ ਦੀਆਂ ਨਜ਼ਰਾਂ ਖਿਲਾਰ
Motorcycle on a place like this, with landscapes like that all around you. Wow, magnificent.
रहमान भाई मशरूफ रहते हैं तो ये जिम्मेदारी अब मुझे दी है।
What's happening?
अब तक हमारे 63 बच्चे मारे जा चुके हैं। कल ISI वालों ने स्कूल के पानी में जहर मिला दिया।
क्या हो गया?
अरे शिरानी साहब कोटरी बॉर्डर पहुंचे असला लेकर। मुझे तो पता ही नहीं था कि डिलीवरी की तारीख आज है।
तारीख तो भाई नहीं तय की थी वलीमे वाले दिन। खैर छोड़, मैं लेने जाता हूँ तो भाई के साथ।
नहीं, मैं जाता हूँ, कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है। तू यहाँ रहमान भाई के साथ रहे।
Well played. Well played. Taking advantage of him when he was drunk. On your own wedding. Wow, that's a talented spy right there. Now, I'm just wondering what the plan is here.
जो भी करना होगा लियारी घुसने से पहले करना होगा। एक बार लियारी घुस गए तो आप रहमान का कुछ नहीं बिगाड़ सकते। सर्कुलर रोड के पास वाला जंगल।
Did he drug them or something? So that they wouldn't pay attention to what's happening?
यहाँ से क्यों जा रहे हैं हम?
दास्तान पर पुल बन रहा है तो काफी ट्रैफिक था।
ओए, तारीख देख।
9 अगस्त कैसा रहेगा? उस दिन कुछ नहीं।
गाड़ी रोक।
Is he putting two and two together?
यहाँ महफूज नहीं है।
That means he wasn't as drunk as Hamza thought he was. I'm guessing if you stay in power for so long in this line of work, if we can call it work, you have to be very switched on.
अगर उसको लियारी की गद्दी मिल गई ना तो कराची की लगाम हमारे हाथ में होगी और कराची की लगाम का मतलब है पूरे पाकिस्तान की सवारी।
I'm not sure he trusts him or any of them for that matter, and he's completely right.
अगर मेरे साथ दगाबाजी की ना तो मारने से पहले तुझे रणवा बना दूंगा। और जमील साहब आपको खस्सी।
And these are not empty threats, I can tell you that. That's why he's so good at his job. Ooh, it's a miracle if you manage to stay on the road. Oh! Oh! Oh, that hurts. Man, I don't know how he can manage to stay on the road like this. Oh! 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 Oh, that's gruesome. Whoa. Ooh, which way? You've got a 50-50 chance here. Are they going to get away with it? Honestly, I don't think running away was the smartest move. He should have just taken one of her shotguns and just shoot all of them. Or make sure that they were at least incapacitated. He's taking a pretty big gamble by running away. You're very confident, man. Because you're very much outnumbered.
Cover!
Oh, wow. But we have an entire arsenal, though. Oh, he's gonna do a suicide run. Oh, that's lucky. Frankly, just put a bullet in his head and that's it. End of story. Easier said than done, though. Oh! You shouldn't leave anything to chance, man. Ah! Ooh! Yes! Go for it! These monsters deserve it. Oh! 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 Oh, that's so brutal. Oh, that will hurt so much. Good. Finally. I can't wait to see this guy die. He fucking deserves it. All these monsters deserve it. Come on, riddle him with bullets. Go ahead. There you go. That's what I want to see. Finally. Oof. Yes. There you go. Perfect. Okay, now get Remen. Get the mastermind behind all of this. Hey, if the SP gets him, I'm fine with it too. I don't care who kills him, but someone needs to kill that bastard. And if it can be gruesome as well, I would love it. Ah, come on! Kill that fucking monster! Yes! Boom! Well, I don't know if he's enjoying it, but I am, that's for sure. Yes! Go for it! A really gruesome death like this. That would be perfect. Oh no! Come on! Stand up! Do it! Don't let yourself be killed like this. No, you just fucking die already. There you go. I'll teach you. Not kill him, but make it last. Really torture this fucking monster. That's all they deserve. I don't care what anyone has to say. I don't care what political correctness has to say about it. These fucking fanatics, we need to turn violence back onto them. That's the only way we can stop them once and for all. Good people need to stand up and be willing to be just as brutal as they are. But for a good cause, not for a bad one. Exactly! Think of all these people, these innocent people they killed. There you go. That's the rage I want to see. Nice. Yes, I am. There you go. Fuck yeah.
कुछ भी हो जाए, शहर पहुंचने तक रहमान जिंदा रहना चाहिए.
उंगली घाव में घुसा कर रख, वरना जल्दी मर जाएगा.
Oh, they want him to die in the middle of a city, in front of everyone. They want to send a message. Smart. I like that.
Hey, bhai! गाड़ी रोको, मदद चाहिए भाई! Hey, गाड़ी रोक, मदद! तुम लोग की माँ की...
Yeah, I'm not sure how I would react if I was in one of these cars. Like, can you imagine a guy like with injuries everywhere, yelling at you?
मेरी तरफ देखते रहो। आंखें बंद नहीं करनी है भाई, आंखें खुली रखो, सांस लेते रहो भाई। आंखें खुली रखनी है, हाँ। बस आंखें खुली।
Ooh. Of course he's going to try and kill him. Now, why take him to the hospital though? I'm confused. What's the plan here? Oh, is he trying to appear like he tried to save him, but he failed? Is that the idea? I see. I think I see the idea. If so, that's actually quite smart. Because that way he can maintain the illusion that he's one of them. And that he genuinely tried. I'm guessing he's dreaming this. Wow. That's actually really well played. Much better than what I imagined.
खून में लदे हुए हमजा भाई रहमान भाई को उठाकर भाग रहे थे। हमजा भाई ने अपनी पूरी जान लगा दी रहमान भाई को बचाने के लिए, लेकिन जो अल्लाह को मंजूर था।
And he has a witness. Someone who genuinely believes he tried.
अस्पताल के बाहर इस वक्त अफरा तफरी का माहौल है। आवाम का गुस्सा आसमान छू रहा है। रहमान के बाशिंदे उनकी मौत का जवाब चाहते हैं।
हाँ। पता लगा किसने किया?
Now, what's going to happen? Because there's going to be a power vacuum. So what's the next step for everyone? You should probably go to the hospital too, to be honest. That's such a nice moment. She really cares for him. Find yourself a woman like that, guys. If you don't have one already. Easier said than done, though. I know. Trust me. You can cross his name now. 2002. Oh, we're going back in time. Undisclosed location, India. Okay, who is this? Is this Hamza?
हम इस ऑपरेशन में क्रिमिनल्स को इंडक्ट करेंगे जो या तो फांसी का इंतजार कर रहे हों या उम्र कैद की सजा काट रहे हों।
Oh, so he's a criminal.
और वो मकसद हम उन्हें देंगे। And if we succeed, we might just have a killing machine in our hands.
Okay, that's a massive gamble though. Because how can you trust criminals to actually play by your rules? Jaskirat Singh Rangi. Hamza Ali Masari.
Bad gangster on the loose, thick skin coat with a black leather, big news. There ain't nothing that a man can do.
जब मैं पीता हूँ तो कहते हैं कि मरता भी नहीं, जब मैं मरता हूँ तो कहते हैं कि जीना होगा।
Wow. Is this a teaser for part 2? Hey, it's the music from... At least it's inspired by the music from Knight Rider. It is the music from Knight Rider. Wow, I can't wait. Haha, incredible. Wow, that was a fantastic movie. I completely understand why you guys really wanted me to see it. It's powerful. It's very, very powerful. And especially given how complicated and important this topic is. Because this is a brutal reality that many countries around the world have to deal with. Even ones that are supposedly peaceful have had terror attacks. I mean, France have had terror attacks. Australia, like I said, I've lived in Australia for a few years, terror attacks as well. You know, obviously 9/11, we've all seen it. The Mumbai attacks, of course, like I said during my reaction, I was working for a TV station at the time. I was brand new in that TV station. I think I'd only worked there for like a few weeks. It was my very first real job. And I was just like a a young 20-year-old trying to make my way into the TV world. So it was a pretty intense night. I remember that. We were live for hours and hours. It was pretty insane. And one thing I'm very grateful to the people who made this film is the fact that they didn't shy away from showing the actual brutality, the violence of these people. These are fanatics. They are people who want to destroy everyone who doesn't think like them. And frankly, I'm not even sure they just want to destroy people who don't think like them. I think they just want to destroy the world. Let's call it that. And I know that may sound cliche, you know, when it's in a movie, sometimes we complain that villains are a little bit one-dimensional, but one-dimensional villains do exist in real life, sadly. There are monsters out there who are just out for destruction. They want to kill other people, they want to destroy everything, and they don't really care about anything or anyone. And so you cannot talk about these people by taking gloves and trying to be all nice. You have to show how crazy these men are. You have to show how disconnected from reality, how they are lacking any sense of empathy for others. Because to put a bullet in someone's head, an innocent man's head, someone who didn't do any wrong to you, and to do it with a smile on your face, you have to be completely psychotic, you have to be completely crazy, you have to be an insane fanatic. And the tough reality of our world is that if we want to fight these people, we have to stoop down to their level. We have to be willing to be just as brutal as they are. But we have to be willing to do so for a good cause. And that's something people who are more politically correct sometimes don't understand. They'll say, oh, you can't become a monster to fight monsters. But the problem is you have to. And if you're not willing to do it, the monsters are going to keep on winning, and they're going to keep on having more terror attacks, and they're going to keep on taking more and more innocent people's lives. And that's not acceptable. We need, as people, as good people, to stand up to them. And if that means that some of us, a few of us, have to become monsters to stop them, that's for the good of humanity. That's for the greater good of everyone else, and I'm all for it. And that's why I loved it at the end when they were finally fighting. And I can't wait for part 2 of this film, for the revenge, because I'm guessing we're going to see a lot of these people getting their comeuppance, and I have a feeling it's going to be incredibly satisfying. And I cannot wait to watch this, and I cannot wait to react to it and share it with you guys so that we can have this feeling of catharsis all together. That being said, there were also a lot of things I liked about this film from a purely technical level. I thought the production design was absolutely magnificent. You really feel like you are in Pakistan. You know, like it's not like in other Bollywood movies where everything is beautiful and grand and there's lights and colors everywhere. No, here it feels real, but it feels real in a visually satisfying manner. It feels real in a very cinematic manner, and that's the mark of great filmmaking right there. As I said at the beginning of my reaction in part 1, you can see how everything, like the lighting is always very soft on the character's face and on the objects and everything. But at the same time, they still manage to get a little bit of highlights and a little bit of shadows, but are just a little bit harsh. So they find that right balance between softness and harshness. So once again, you have that beautiful cinematic softness, but you also have that more realistic harshness, because lighting in everyday life is actually pretty harsh. I mean, next time you're around, look, like if you go outside your house, look at the light on people's face, you're gonna see it's not like that beautiful beauty dish kind of light that you would see in like a model photo or in a typical Bollywood movie. But at the same time, if you film everything like this, it doesn't look good, it doesn't look cinematic, and so it doesn't take you in the story. The viewer yourself, you're not getting immersed into the story because it doesn't feel enough like a movie. So it's a really fine balance that filmmakers have to find. So really, from a technical point of view, this film is pretty much flawless. There is one little thing I'm not too big of a fan of, and I think it's the editing. And what I mean by this is, I think the movie is a little too long for what it is. Like, it's 3.5 hours. I feel like you could cut maybe 10-15 minutes of the film and it would make for a tighter edit. There are a lot of scenes that are quite slow-paced, where the characters sometimes just look at each other and don't talk. And sometimes it's good to have that because it creates tension, it creates anticipation. But when you do it too often, it can become a little boring and a little tedious, as if the plot wasn't really moving forward. So that's my only minor complaint about the film. But I have to say that I'm nitpicking. We're still talking masterpiece level kind of filmmaking. So wow, I completely understand why you guys love this film. I completely understand why you guys wanted me to watch it, and I'm super glad I did. And now I cannot wait for The Revenge. I want to see it. So as soon as I can get a copy of The Revenge, it'll be right here on the channel. I'll react to it. So if you don't want to miss that, subscribe. And also, if you have more recommendations, more movies that you would like me to react to, please feel free to leave them in the comments down below. Alright, once again guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this reaction, and if you did, then please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you soon for another reaction. Cheers!